What's up, guys? It's your boy Gamer X, and today I want to talk about the state of PlayStation. Kind of, basically, Sony's like laying off some people. Some people think PlayStation is going under. I don't think so. They're a $1 million company, multi-million-dollar company, if not maybe not $1 billion company, and their solution for some stupid reason is to drop PS5 Pro. And I said this before they dropped PS5, is PS5 was rushed, and I think that's all it is. They're just seeing the consequences because the leap from PlayStation 5, the leap from PS4 to PS5 was so unnecessary. They dropped the PS5 during COVID. To me, we didn't need a PlayStation 5 because PlayStation 4s were so good, and all they had to do was actually create a proper PS4 Pro where it actually did actual native 4K. Even though the PS4 Pro could technically do it, that's another thing. They just dropped that console. So the main reason why PS5s are going under is one, PS4s are so good. There's too much PS4s out on the market in general, so a lot of people have their consoles and a lot of people still want to play their consoles, and there's just a lot of games for it. PS5 doesn't have a lot of exclusives, and the only thing PS5 really has over PS4 is an SSD for faster loading times and 4K and ray tracing, which is not really that much of a big difference. You gotta understand, most people only have a 1080p smart TV or just a 1080p TV in general. That's not even smart. Now, I always said if Sony went back to handhelds like the PlayStation Vita, see, I got a Steam Deck, or do like Nintendo, just lose a couple of dollars, invest in some handheld consoles. Don't even like go too extreme. Like, this is an old game, Black Ops 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? People still playing this, people still playing Black Ops 3. Call of Duty also did that stupid thing too, where they just kept dropping a bunch of new games all the time. There's like so much Call of Duty. Call of Duty's like FIFA. Like, every year they drop a new game. It just makes it pointless because a lot of people are still playing the old ones, and a lot of people don't have time to play the new ones. So the new ones, they barely getting played because there's too many games. Like, that's why a lot of people play games like Fortnite, because it's just a consistent game. They just update the online. So the only thing Sony needs to do right now, instead of giving us a PS5 Pro, once again the PS5 was rushed, and they're seeing it now because once again there's not a lot of exclusives for that. And to be honest, the PS5 doesn't need exclusives to sell. They just need quality games. But the thing is, I feel like we have a lot of games, and also video game companies need to understand this is 2024, man. People are broke. It's funny I'm saying this because I used to work and do all that stuff, and like right now I'm kind of poor. I'm trying to like switch up some stuff to make some money. Still haven't got that YouTube, but people are broke. And next thing, we got mobile, like phones that can do a lot of stuff, like this is Z Fold, a lot of technology. We need portables. We don't need another home console. Like a PS4, like people can get PS4s for so cheap. Like, you get it for $50, to be honest. Go to Facebook Black Market. You know what I'm saying? You can get those consoles for cheap. All we need is some portables. We need a PSP3, aka PS Vita 2. That's what we need. It's crazy. COD is still running in the background of the Steam Deck. That just shows how powerful this thing is. And I'm launching Fallout 4. This is what we need. They said they're gonna drop maybe a new PlayStation Portable in 2026. I think this is what Sony needs to focus on if they really want to just like make a bunch of money again, which I feel like they already made enough money. Like, them losing a little bit of money to me right now is nothing. I mean, they're laying off staff, but like, it's not that serious. They're saying the PS5 is not selling. They're talking about PS5 Pro. We don't need a PS5 Pro, just like how we never needed the PS5 to begin with. And I keep saying this. There's PlayStation VR 1, which I just got. I'm just playing VR games. And there's PlayStation VR 2. And there's like 3 different versions of the original PlayStation VR. The VR, yes, that was needed. But like, honestly, like you see, like, they're dropping so much tech. The PlayStation Portal was total garbage. Nobody asked for that. So I think that's also a contradiction to them just failing right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? most people right now in my age that are in their 20s, like we're gonna be playing a lot of PS4 games we couldn't afford back then because we weren't working and we were kids. And like a next thing Sony gotta remember, kids don't buy games, bro. It's the parents, man. Like yeah, the kids play it and they might finesse their parents, but like in a lot of countries, third world countries, second world countries, these kids will never get these consoles. That's why you find a lot of people still have PS3. A lot of people might be getting PS4 now because it's cheaper and there's a lot of games for them to play. The main reason I wanted to get a PS5 in the main place over my PS4 is because I thought it had backwards compatibility with PS3 disc. I still had to go and buy a PS3 just to play a lot of PS3 games I didn't get to finish up when I was growing up. And there's lots of good games on PS3, and the only way to play them properly, PS3 even has 3D support, is with a physical PS3. So like, you know, like if they're gonna even make a PS5 Pro, make it actually backwards compatibility with a PS3 CDs instead of like these game streaming garbage. Listen, internet is not that great. I'm in Canada right now. It is snowing outside, my guy. Do you think that all parts of the world is just gonna have this awesome Wi-Fi? This is a 5G phone. The phone I'm recording this thing on, iPhone 13 Pro Max, also a 5G phone. Wi-Fi and mobile service is still not that great, bro. Like, it still takes a long time to download certain games or watch certain movie. It still cuts out. It's not that great. Internet will never be as great as they think it is. So game streaming to me is always gonna be a niche bullshit gimmick. And yeah, I'm just gonna say it, man. It's a bullshit gimmick. And that's always gonna be. Physical hardware is just gonna be that much better. End of story, man. That's why a lot of people like PC and mouse and keyboards and shit like that, because your physical media is just better. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like yeah, just to say it, like I said it a long time, I own a PS5, so I can even talk about this and I could tell you it's a cool console, but it just, to me, they rushed it. And once again, it's not about the most powerful. Look at Xbox is technically a bit more powerful than PlayStation right now, and it's still not getting sell well. All these companies are being too greedy. Everybody is trying to do this subscription based garbage. It's like the whole thing, like if you want to watch like a certain series, you have to get like 10 different streaming services to watch it. So a lot of people are just gonna pirate stuff now because it's so dumb, bro. You know what I mean? It's so much easier to pirate things like movies and TV shows and to just subscribe to like Netflix and then Hulu and all this garbage where they're region locked. Like, why are you even region locking your platform? Or if I'm in Canada, I can't see certain movies in the US, you have to get VPNs to do all that. Like, it's so pointless. Like, you gotta think about it, bro. Like, the average person just wants to go open their thing and just play a game or watch a movie. So I always said it. I said it a long time, and I'm standing ball on my statement. I'm gonna stand on my statement. The PS5 was rushed, and if they drop the PS5 Pro this year, I'm gonna say it again, it's still rushed, because it's just gonna be slightly better technology. They're gonna waste time developing a new PlayStation. They already dropped the PS5 Slim or whatever. It's not selling that much, whatever. The PS5 digital, they should just drop as the Slim in general, or just make it easy for you to just buy a disc drive for the Slim. But they took that out, so you can't even put a disc drive in the PS5 digital. But at least you can with the Slim. But like, you know, that's just stupid on them, on their decisions. But like, all they gotta do to me, to be honest, and I know this is the answer, is just get a PlayStation Portable. Make like a Steam Deck or a Nintendo Switch. It doesn't have to be that powerful. Just let it play existing games like PS4 games. I always said my Steam Deck is like a portable PS5, PS4. It could do everything current. Most of these games at 60 frames. The highest demanding games with ray tracing at least 30 to 40 frames. And if you overclock it, you could get that 60, man. You could really get that 60 if you just tweak a little bit of settings. Nintendo saw the formula. Nintendo is literally profiting off of PlayStation for abandoning handhelds when PS Vita is like the most talked portable console to this day. I've had people hit me up on Facebook try to buy my PlayStation Vita, and I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to sell it. Are you crazy? So you know what I'm saying? Why not they like a PS5 Pro it's not gonna solve your problem, Sony. So I hope somebody from Sony just comes across this video. I know it's like a pretty stupid video. This video is not even that high quality, just me showing my Steam mechanism stuff and just talking. But like as I said, like I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, like a newer console is not gonna be solve your financial problems, cutting staff. Yeah, it's gonna help, but like just get a portable, drop a portable, make it could play at least PS4 quality games, so you don't have to be paying developers to make a new console. You know what I'm saying? Or develop new games. Make it compatible PS Vita and PSP, PS1, PS2, PS3, all the right formulas, man, and that will get you selling. The PlayStation Portal was just garbage. Nobody needed that. Nobody wanted that. I don't know what went into Sony's head. I don't know who said, yo, guys, this is a good idea. That was a retarded idea, man. I'm gonna say it right now. That was retarded, man. It is so retarded. Your phone can do what a PS Portal can do. Like, it was so dumb, so retarded, and so not needed. So, Sony, get your shit together, man. You know what I mean? Start making some proper decisions. Stop making dumb decisions. Do things right. And stop dropping newer versions of your console unnecessarily too soon, because then you're gonna talk about PlayStation 6. We don't need that, my guy. A lot of developers not even like, gaming is so good. You gotta understand that PS4 and Xbox are so good, and you can pick them up for so cheap. Like 1080p gaming is good. The quality of PS4 does not look crappy. It's so good already that most of my PS5 games are PS4 games. The PS5 versions are just like slightly better and a lot more storage, and I don't even have that much storage on my PS5, even with that internal or external SSD. That half the time I play PS4 versions, unless it's like the newest, like Spider-Man and Miles Morales, and so I'm just saying, like, we don't need a PS5 Pro, because soon they're gonna drop the PS5 Pro, and then it's gonna become obsolete because we're gonna have better technology with better graphics, and then they're gonna be like, oh crap, we just shipped out a couple million of these units, so we can't just like remake a new PS5 Pro and put like more teraflops or whatever. Like, just wait a little bit, Sony. GTA 6 is not even out yet. Let it drop, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna drop 2026. At least by then you could maybe drop a PS5 Pro with like better specs, and it will make sense. But them dropping all these new hardware, and there's not even a lot of software support, and there's no need, when PS4 and Xbox, like the original, like those consoles are still so good. A lot of people really don't need to upgrade. It's just like so stupid, man. Like, right now, most people don't have 4K TVs, man. I'm telling you, most people don't have that 4K or that 8K TVs, and they are expensive. Like, trust me, like, they're expensive. Like, my basic 4K TV was like 500, 600, and I still didn't get my 120 refresh rate, which I thought it did, but Samsung tricked me. 120 megahertz, it wasn't refresh rate. So even for you to unlock all the best features of your PS5, you're still gonna have to have like an next $2,000 or $1,500 on a nice TV, or just buy some nice gaming monitors with some high refresh rates. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, it's cool that we have newer technology, but like, you guys could have waited a little bit longer, let the game stretch out a little bit more before you're dropping things. I feel like you guys are rushing newer stuff. Like, you guys are not the mobile market. You don't just pump out a console every year, bro. Like, these are phones, bro. These are different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even the phones, like, even Apple knows a lot of people aren't upgrading their iPhones, and Samsung knows a lot of people not upgrading their phones till like 3 to 4 years, because there's just no need, man. Like, we don't need newer hardware, and that's the main problem with phones. I say too, is they drop so much new hardware, and the software doesn't keep up. Like, Snapchat is still not good quality on certain phones, and a lot of these phones have the best screen, a lot of RAM, 12 gigs. A lot of these phones have more RAMs than a lot of consoles nowadays, you know what I mean? But I'm just showing you, like, I think Sony should take a step back focus on the consumers, because one, they're moving too much like a corporation. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I hate corporations, big corporations. They're too money greedy, and it just gets disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just gets really disgusting. Sony should start acting like the kid, man, or I don't know, just acting like they care about gamers. And then they drop a portable PlayStation, make it proper, let it play at least PS4 quality games, give it decent battery life, and you know what? Ship it alongside PS5, give it remote play, and obviously, like, you're just gonna have more sales in video games, because at the end of the day, consoles aren't the money maker. Yeah, they're the money maker, but it's the software. You know what I'm saying? People start buying more games, get into more PlayStation titles. That's it. That's all you need. And from there, then you could still have the PS5 as a home console, but just having a portable too is gonna like boost your income. That you're gonna dominate not just home consoles, portable consoles. You gotta think about it this way. It's not every day kids are gonna be home sitting in front of their screens. You know, the best times I had gaming was when I was at school. I was forced stuck at school, and I could bring my PSP, or my friends would bring their Nintendo DSs, and we'd be doing like local multiplayer with like 4 consoles in the classroom like that. Those were like some of the best times, you know. Or when people would bring their laptops and be running Need for Speed. So Sony, just get back on that bandwagon, man. Nintendo basically already is using that formula, but you guys can beat them. You guys have the better games, better hardware, and everybody loves the Nintendo Switch mainly because it's basically like a PSP clone. Like, that's just the truth. Like, end of the day, that's why I got the Switch, you know what I'm saying? Because it does everything a PSP used to do, you know, portable mostly. And you don't have to have the greatest games, just let that console play PS4 games. Anyways, that's enough ranting, guys. If you guys share your thoughts and opinions, but I think that's what we need right now. We don't need a PS5 Pro. Them talking about PS5 Pro to me just sounds really disappointing, because it's just like, you guys are just gonna repeat what I said. Like, PS5 Pro is gonna come out. Let me tell you what's the game plan. PS5 Pro is gonna come out. We didn't need it because we don't even have games that are like beating the PS5 to where it's like super unplayable, like how Cyberpunk did the PS4. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the games, and even Cyberpunk, it wasn't about the game being so graphically demanding. That game just needed to be developed more, and after updates, it's better. So this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna drop a PS5 Pro. Nobody asked for it. We don't need it. Within a year or even a couple months, PC is gonna get like some better specs, you know, like better ray tracing, whatever, the RTX fucking 580, whatever graphics card. So the PS5 Pro is gonna be underpowered, under spec, obsolete, you know what I'm saying, or the new Xbox, whatever it is. And then they're still not gonna get a lot of new exclusive games, because developers are still not really trying to develop for all that much good. They're just trying to go with what's okay, aka the PS4 quality, which is still good enough. Maybe a little bit of 4K on some of the games. So it's not gonna really be a game where it needs to be too exclusive to the newer gens. Then you're gonna have Sony trying to like pay off their developers to develop some exclusive stuff, like the new Ratchet and Clank to showcase the PS5 Pro, you know. But they're still gonna have to compete with their main console, the PlayStation 5, instead of because they're gonna have the PS5 Pro compete against the PS5, which is gonna be so ridiculous because the PS5 is still fairly new technology. And then now you're gonna have a bunch of hype people trying to like buy the console out before it even hits the shelf, and then after that hype dies down, a lot of people are gonna start selling for like 2-3 bills, 4 bills, because nobody cares about the new PS5 Pros. And then Sony's just gonna be like, oh, we're broke again, we're gonna lay off people, blah blah blah. Just drop the new PlayStation Portable, problem solved, and just do it properly. Don't drop no PS5 Pro. We don't need that. Instead of even waiting so long as 2026 to drop a new PlayStation Portable, as you guys planned, just force that project, do it now, send it in the market as feedback. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to buy it because a lot of people love their PSPs. A lot of people are buying PSPs and PlayStation Vitas right now. So just do that, Sony. And let me guys know what's your thoughts. But I'm just telling you, I can see the market. I can predict the market. I predicted it before I said the PS5 would rush, and yeah, like, I know what's going on. You don't need to be super like financy and corporation to see what's going on. Just be a normal person. What's going on is Sony is moving too much like a corporation. They're not looking at what's selling the games, and they're not looking what the gamers want. This is what we want. We want we want portables, man. This thing is taking over the market. MSI just made one of these. Lenovo just made one of these. Steam made one of these. Nintendo already out of their Switch, and a lot more companies, Ioneo and all these other fun starter projects are making portable PCs. GCB win because these make more sense, man. You know, we're in the future, we have all this tech, so you know what I'm saying, you can cram up, even if you cram up PS3 and make it portably, we want it, man. So that's all I gotta say. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's been your boy Gamer X. Peace.